A unique side effect of the war in Syria being seen in Lebanon. Farmers growing cannabis near the border say business is, in a sense, better than ever. That's because Lebanese security forces are focusing their attention on Syria, leaving farmers to grow their marijuana crop without much interference. Police usually crack down this time of year, working to destroy fields during this growing season. Cannabis remains the most widely used illegal drug. That's according to the United Nations. It is produced in virtually every country. And while there is a push in some for legalization, most still criminalize it. The highest rate of marijuana or cannabis use tends to be in the Americas and Western Europe. Those are the areas reflected here in the darkest shade of blue. Looking more broadly at other types of drugs, like amphetamine stimulants, such as meth and ecstasy, United Nations says use of those is generally increasing in most regions. That's especially true in East and Southeast Asia. And let's look closer at cocaine. The amount of land being used to grow coca has actually fallen dramatically, some 30% in the past decade or so. Use of the drug, though, continues to increase in Asia, the Caribbean, as well as Central and South America. So how to tackle the problem? Brazil's Congress is considering new legislation that will increase penalties for drug traffickers and lead to forced treatment of some addicts. The number of crack cocaine addicts in the country has risen by a factor of 10 over the past decade. And now there's a profound disagreement about how to tackle the problem. Stephen Gibbs has insight now from Sao Paulo.
Downtown Sao Paulo, the crack capital of Latin America. For decades, these streets have been where this city's addicts converge. They affectionately call this place Crackerlandia. A third of those that end up here, whatever their age, will live for less than 5 years. The city authorities have tried and failed to solve this problem many times. Now they're trying again.
With these new strategies, we will enable people to regain their dignity. We will help them have a healthy lifestyle and seek happiness in a different way, not in a way which damages their humanity.
The tactic, as before, first involves clearing the streets of several hundred people and their makeshift homes. The new element is that those living here don't have to leave the area. Instead, they're offered free accommodation in local hostels and a small wage for jobs like street cleaning. They don't have to give up drugs to receive the offer. This couple, until just 20 days ago, was living on the streets. Both say having a home is the most important first step towards a new life.
Segurança, qualidade de vida.
Now I have security, a quality of life, and a quality of professional life too, because they found me a job. Now I am a citizen again.
The project has, for the moment, removed almost all the crack addicts from the streets here, but there's a real discussion going on as to whether this is a long-term solution.
Some have their doubts. While the clean-up was taking place outside, these men invited us to interview them. That necklace is made from crack cocaine.
This is a place where you can take drugs with more freedom than anywhere else in the world, because here we protect one another.
He says all this is a temporary show, a one-off side effect of the fact that Brazil is about to host the World Cup.
It's all about the World Cup. Lots of foreigners are coming to Brazil. Europeans don't like to see this sort of thing.
Paulinho, who ran his own business before becoming a drug addict, describes crack as spiritual. The reality is that it's highly addictive and cheap, just over $1 a hit. There are only a handful of clinics in this entire city that are equipped to get people off the habit. This one is run by a non-profit organization. Patients are often compulsorily brought here. Its director says that the only cure for drug addiction is medical treatment. He's a critic of the city's current policy of offering addicts free housing.
We're a bit worried about this because the patients are going to receive money without being treated. It's all very well to give people paid work and put them in hotels, but you must look after their health too. Otherwise, it's just a vicious circle, and we'll be back to square one, where the addicts have more opportunity to buy more drugs.
Crackerlandia looks a bit quieter these days. There are rumours that this area might be redeveloped, even gentrified. But that doesn't mean that this country's crack epidemic has gone away. Stephen Gibbs, CCTV, Sao Paulo.